The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the show. Education, super important. Today we hit the best educators in all of Central Florida. Makaila Nichols joins me. You got an education in jewelry the other day as well.
I did.
Talk to me.
So our friends at Casa Leon Jewelers got me this beautiful necklace. Actually, it was gifted to me by someone I know, but anyway, I wear it all the time.
Renee and Yvette are awesome, Casa Leon. If you need an education in jewelry, look no further than Casa Leon. But here's what we're going to do. The best educators in all of Central Florida.
The Best of Central Florida, Makaila's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Where you choose to send your children to get their education is very important, and this is a very interesting choice. So Makaila's choice for Best in Education, Justin actually went to a Montessori school.
Crisscross applesauce, baby.
Yes, crisscross applesauce. We are actually here at Learning Minds Montessori School, joined by the owner and director, Samara Khan. This is incredible. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad to share what we have here.
And you know, the moment I walked in, not only did I see these amazing children working, but just the smiles on their face, the logo. I mean, tell us a little bit about the logo on your shirt.
Okay, so the logo is very, very special to us. Obviously, this is a preschool, and I wanted to pick something that had to do with children because our school is all about children. And this is a little artwork done by a little child, and I thought, you know, why not use their work? Because day one, I wanted to be with kids.
Yes, this is all about them.
Let me jump in here, actually, because I did go to a Montessori school, and I have such great fond memories of going to that school, obviously, but I think people at home probably don't know exactly what a Montessori really is. Describe Montessori.
Okay, so the reason I chose Montessori over any other curriculum, because this is a small school, a private school, where I could have picked any curriculum. I picked it because, first of all, I have many years of experience in Montessori, and I believe in it because I have seen the progress of children. And as a teacher, I feel like it is a great way to learn for young students. It focuses on individual children. So it's not a group of kids that have to learn ABCs or you all have to do a certain thing. You know, it's very individualized. So we then focus on the potential of the child. We lead from there. So the children really lead you.
Yeah.
And then there's an end goal for everyone. And that's what we're trying to reach. But there's no rush to do it. Oh, your friends are doing this, why don't you do that? There's none of that. As you can see, everybody's working individually. No, there's no competition. It's very easygoing, and it is also related to their age development. So what the body is going through at that stage, the mind is going through, that's how the environment is set. And a Montessori, an environment is called a prepared environment. So we are prepared for the children to learn at each stage. So why not expose them to something, you know, like geography or math and at an early age? So that's what I love about Montessori, that it brings that together. And then children learn without pressure. They learn to enjoy what they've learned. So that's another important thing which I want to teach the children in our school is success, you know, how to enjoy it, how to embrace it, and not always be like, oh, I'm going to finish my first level of reading, now I'm going to jump to the second. You know, I want them to learn that because we are raising young individuals, and that is a very important thing that we as adults need to know, that, you know, be satisfied with what you have, enjoy your success, and then challenge yourself for something, that you would like to put your hands into.
Of course.
So that is the main reason, is the individualized learning, recognizing the potential of the child, and then going from there. So giving you a small example, children in our school do geography at age 2.
Wow, that's like almost
I saw that already.
I know, we saw, yeah.
They were pointing out places I didn't recognize.
So why not? Because when we introduce it to them, and again, it's very individual, so not all 2-year-olds have to learn this. As we're introducing it, whoever's picking it up, okay, North America now let's go to Africa, so they're learning. And they're learning through these amazing maps, and we have animals of the world that they put on the maps, we have people of the world they put on we have little monuments here that, they'll put the Taj Mahal in Asia, and they'll put Eiffel Tower in Europe, and they're naming all these things, and it's just so nice to see that.
So rewarding for not only you, but to watch, the children just feel excited about their own successes.
Absolutely. And another example was one of my students, he's now graduated, but when he was 2, he also went through the same process. So his mom took him to Starbucks, and Starbucks has a water bottle that has all the continents on it. And he started naming them, and his mother almost dropped her coffee. That like, you are 2, why are you doing this? And I said that, whatever the mind takes in, that's why learning minds, that, the children embrace it. So
you are making such a difference in all these young children's
This
lives.
place
It's
is
so
amazing.
inspirational to see how much.
If I had
you care.
preschoolers, they'd be coming here. That's how impressed I am with
And
what you're doing.
speaking of, we have actually some
Yeah.
videos from parents who actually have their children here at Learning Minds Montessori School. So why don't we check them out right now?
Samara, the owner, is extremely passionate about the Montessori philosophy. She understands how important learning and development is for kids at such a young age, and it's demonstrated daily in the activities the kids are doing in the classroom.
Thanks to Learning Minds Montessori, both of our daughters have gained admission to one of the most competitive schools in the area. We believe that building a strong foundation in Learning Minds in their preschool years helped our children stay ahead in their learning journey.
When I think of Learning Minds Montessori, I think of a haven for my sons to discover their hidden strengths and a place to explore the world around them. The benefit of having them in a smaller learning environment is the individual connection they receive from their teachers.
Dorothy was from which story?
Wizard of Oz.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Fantastic job. Everyone say Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Fantastic.
So Samara, I have one more question for you. I mean, all these children are 0 to 6. Why are these years so important?
yes, that's a very good question, because those are the formative years of a child, and the mind of a child is actually called an absorbent mind. It explains a lot.
So it absorbs.
It absorbs like a sponge.
Yes.
And all the information that you're giving to the child at that age, it's natural. The body is developing that way that it soaks in. So language, for example, a lot of parents want to introduce a second language to their children. That's the best age, because the mind is going through a sensitive period for language. So it helps, and all our materials in Montessori are focused on that kind of a development as well. So that's why these are the formative years. They help children get a good foundation.
Yeah, take advantage of it. I mean, at Montessori, you're really they're absorbing everything, and your child needs that too. So do yourself a favor and bring your child to Learning Minds Montessori.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
We are talking about all things best in education. I am so excited to bring this one to you. I've got to say the line, you have spoken, the people have spoken, and People's Choice for Best in Education are our friends at One School of the Arts and Sciences. We are here on campus today. I am joined by the CEO, head of the school herself, Kristen. So happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Well, we're honored that you are here, and we're celebrating our big 10 years. So it has been quite the journey. Our mission that we are so focused focused on is to fully engage the hearts and minds of our scholars, develop their individual spark through our future-focused Christ-centered school. And this year, it's just so much happening, so much that we're celebrating. And we're hoping to continue to expand in the community. You know, the hardest part about my job is how many families are heartbroken when they find out that we don't have enough spots for their kid. And so we are
Could be worse problems.
Yes, yes. But then they're crying and I'm crying. You know, our missions team, the latest number they gave us was we had about 700 families that had to be turned away.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are excited to see what is it going to look like in the future here in Seminole County in particular in the months to come.
I have been so impressed. I mean, just walking on the campus, I know you're going to take me on a tour in a moment to really kind of experience the lower school, you know, the culinary arts, just all of it, journalism. I mean, this place is very impressive. I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to be back in school. But what do you say, Kristen? We go for an adventure and you tell me all about what one school's about.
Love it.
We're actually in the journalism department and the STEAM lab, joined by Kristen again. Kristen, I mean, this department is award-winning. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
You know, they are amazing. Our scholars are so passionate. We have been in the works for 8 years. They have won numerous awards, been able to present at Columbia University, been recognized by different press associations, and they just are passionate storytellers. So we're so proud of them.
Honestly, I know I was so impressed just walking in here and seeing everyone just working and how enthusiastic. I mean, even both of you, we have two amazing scholars here. We have Layla and Simeon. And honestly, I mean, they are just so impressive. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience?
All right, well, while I've been in the journalism department, I've had the honor of working under so many experienced people. Miss Griever and some of the seniors that have graduated. I've learned that there's always something that I can improve on, something that I can become more experienced in, and there's just so many people to show me how to do that.
And what about you?
This is my 3rd year in journalism, and I too have learned from so many just incredible people. I'm currently the editor-in-chief of the yearbook. So
it's a big responsibility.
Yeah, but it's great being able to work with people in 9th grade all the way up to 12th grade and just being able to experience like Photoshop and Lightroom and all of the different technologies that we are able to come in contact with.
I mean, all the things I deal with on a day-to-day basis, I mean, you guys could take my job for me. I mean, I'm not even needed here. I mean, they're so impressive, you know, award-winning and just incredible scholars. But Kristen, this is just absolutely amazing.
Right now, we are about to edit one of our stop motions that we made in class. We do photography, videography, editing, all of the above in digital media class. So this is our stop motion animation we made last year, but we're still editing it to make sure it looks good. And we spent a lot of time on this.
We are in the lower school department. I am joined by the head of lower school, Lisa Hanghold. So happy to be here.
So happy to have you here.
So I see your earrings, Friday.
Yes.
So yes, I know. First week of school is always something fun. Tell us, I mean, this school is so impressive, but you really focus on like project-based learning. How does that make a difference to your scholars?
So one of the we have plethora of ways that drives our instruction, and it's all research-based. And project-based learning is what drives our instruction because it works. It is the best way that kids learn. Our curriculum is also research-based, and so kids learn better through project-based in action.
Yeah,
right?
they're experiencing things, which is so important.
Hands-on experiences is what we do, all the way from our field trips are all catered also through experiences. And so Isley, you've been here for quite a bit. Can you tell us why project-based learning is important?
Because you can explore your creativity in a way that other people appreciate it, and it's really helpful to explore your creativity and be able to be better at it.
And you've been here for 4 years. What are you looking forward to most?
Probably learning more and spending time with my teachers.
Wow, well said. Knocked it out of the park. Your parents are going to be so, so proud. I mean, and Kristen, the whole school is so impressive. What really excites you about your lower school department?
You know, I love that Isley just said creativity. And here at One School, we genuinely believe creativity is just as important as literacy. And watching kids be able to explore that, where so many schools, as they grow up through elementary, they kill creativity. Yes. And that's not the case here.
No, I love it. Creativity creativity is so important, especially for our future leaders. I got some new friends. Let's start with Maria and Kingston. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do in the counseling department.
We spread joy
around
the campus.
That's needed.
Kingston is the therapy dog, and he is always ready to give cuddles.
Cuddles are very needed.
Yes.
And Kingston, you might be stealing the show, buddy. I don't know. I mean, if you came and like said hi to me, I'd be very excited because I am right now.
Yes.
Shannon, you are one of the lead elementary school teachers. I mean, tell us a little bit, because the word scholar is so, like, it's used. You don't say student here. Why is that?
You don't. You're used to that usually when you're in college.
Yes.
Yes, so the scholars refer to themselves as scholars, and if they make the mistake and say student, they correct themselves. Here at one school of the Arts and Sciences, their sciences, we're scholars because they're proactive. They're not reactive. So they're thinking ahead. What is my end goal? What do I have? First things first. And they're always thinking about what should I do before something happens. There's a certain expectation. There's a lot of rigor, and they hold themselves accountable to be scholars as well. And so does Kingston.
Yes, it's so incredible. I mean, just everyone is so friendly. Everyone is just truly trying to achieve that higher learning experience. I have just been so impressed walking around. But Kristen, tell me, I mean, from the little kiddos, you know, K to 12, what are you most excited about at one school?
You know, the thing that I love is the genuine spark. People talk about the feeling on our campus all the time. And that is something that you can't put into full words. You just have to experience. But I think it's because everyone shows up on a daily basis making that decision that I'm going to be a scholar. I'm part of a community committed to growing together. And so magic happens. It's just the best.
I love it. And one of the things, I mean, as we go back to school, not to talk about bullying, but everyone knows I'm like the anti-bullying girl, but I think it's so important. You said earlier about how everyone is so focused on being the best versions of themselves here. And I think that's so relevant because there's no time for bullying when it comes to really focusing on that higher education. So Michelle, I'm so excited to be chatting with you. You are a parent and a recent staff member. What made you choose to send your scholar here?
Well, my daughter is very creative, and we had her in public school, but some of the things were frustrating for her. They didn't necessarily have the time that she needed, and there also wasn't a lot of places to express all that creativity. So my husband began a Google search. And
that's very important. First step in everything is a Google.
Yes, and he started searching for schools of the arts in Seminole County, and ones that weren't necessarily magnet schools, where it wasn't like, can we get in? Like, can we apply to get in and pay to get in versus waiting for a lottery type of situation? And he ran across one school. We had never heard of it, and it was a connection on so many levels because not only did they have the arts, but they also had the shared faith and a focus on making sure that there was a Christ-centered environment for the kids. And so my daughter was 5th grade when she came, and she loved that she could openly talk about all those things versus having to suppress it, and she's just blossomed since being here.
That's absolutely incredible. And you've blossomed too because your daughter loves it so much, and now you're working here. How's that experience been?
So
does she love it?
I'm in day 3.
Okay.
I think she does love it, but she doesn't quite know where to find me yet here. She's like, wait, how do I get a hold of mom? Because she's used for me being at home. But I got to partner with Miss Kiwi, who is over the dance department last year when they launched cheer. And I grew up being a cheerleader, and I had coached cheer, so I got to fall in love with the school even more through that. And an opportunity opened up to help teach dance, and I was like, my heart's here. I love the vision. I love the people. The community is amazing, so it's a great place to be.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle.
The best of Central Florida, Justin's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Back here in the studio, yes, it is safe to say education of our children, super important, maybe the most important. That's why I'm so happy to introduce to you today Songbirds. I've got Justin here, Jillian. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing great,
So
thank you.
a lot of instruments here. Tell me about Songbirds. You're doing a great job over there.
Yes, Songbirds is a full-service fine art studio. We do music, art, and dance classes for all ages, from little ones. Our youngest class is for 6 weeks old, and our oldest student is in her 80s, so it's really everyone. And then in addition to our classes, we also have a retail front that has support products for all the schools. We do rental instruments. You'll see a trumpet there, that's one of them. And then we do repairs for, what do we repair?
We repair band orchestra instruments, also combo instruments, which are things you'd find like in a rock band, like keyboards, guitars, that kind of thing.
How important are the arts to the education of our youth?
Oh, absolutely vital. I mean, there are studies upon studies that show the neurological benefits of the arts, and we need to have music and arts in our life.
I couldn't agree more. How did you get into this? How did we found Songbird Studio?
So Justin and I are actually professional opera singers.
Wow!
Yeah. And so we started off, we met doing an opera, and when you're in opera, you don't just perform with other musicians, you work with costume designers and artists and dancers. So we really wanted a place that was collaborative from the beginning. And in addition to that, we both had taught at places that weren't really so great for teachers. So we wanted to create a place where teachers could make a living wage, but could still have a supportive environment and still pursue their arts, but get to share that information. So it kind of gives them the stability you don't always get as an artist. So I think we have a happy marriage of that at the business.
We do. Yeah.
You know, I think when you have a child, like I told you, I just bought my daughter a ukulele, my other daughter a guitar, and you almost don't know, okay, I'll figure it out myself on YouTube, Dad. That's probably not the best way. Tell me about instruction at Songbirds.
Yeah, so we have some of the most high-demand teachers in the area. We have teachers that have their doctorates in music and other genres. We have people who have won competitions, who have traveled all over the world. It's really fun, and we have really good quality education for the students to take home with them.
How do we do a meet and greet? I mean, should I bring my child there to kind of feel it out? Is there a consultation? How does that initial process really work?
So for music lessons, the first music lesson's free. We want to make sure that the child is ready and that it's a good fit with the teacher. You know, it's such a one-on-one thing. You're meeting with them personally every single week. We want to make sure it's a good fit. For dance, the first class is free, just to try it out to make sure they actually like it. We want to make sure, you know, kids can be kind of flighty and be like, I want to do this thing. Actually, I don't. But what's nice is they can try the different things to make sure they like it. And then for art, they can sign up for one of our art parties to make sure it's a good fit for the teacher before they commit to one of the semester-long classes.
Yeah, this education is really a different type of education than schooling, but it's so important. How does this really add on to a child's life?
I think that the arts in general just make such an impact. You know, with the arts, that's how a lot of us process emotions and process how we're developing as humans. I mean, even as adults, when you go through something hard, you know, you tend to turn on like a really sad song to help you like feel through. I see kids of all ages working through whatever they're figuring out in life through their artwork in whatever form they're doing that. And I really think it helps us as humans just kind of manage and also help others. So
Jillian and Justin, Songbirds, changing lives of our kids every single day. Great job, guys. Keep up the great work. And you did great today as well.
It's a
great
great
job on the street. Thank you for joining us as always. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.